best lists for your wholesaling real estate deals. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I will be sharing with you exactly how you can get the lists that get the big chunks, the big money, the big cash, and the big muscle checks. So everybody sees I've been doing this a lot on TikTok lately. I've been doing this a lot on Instagram Reels, stuff like that, of just kind of reeling people in. You know, I'm like that kid in the corner or that clown from It that's like, hey, little buddy, you want to get money? You want to get some cash? And I'm basically like, oh, here's how I made $46,000 today, all from just finding ugly houses. And I know it sounds crazy, but there is a method to the madness of the thousands of wholesaling deals I've done, where the ones that get the big checks, I found out how they got here, right? And from everyone going out here and sharing in the Ginn Games challenge we just finished off, we're seeing massive checks. And lo and behold, these massive, awesome, big checks all come from very specific types of lists. And I'm very excited to show you exactly today the best list for wholesaling for big deals, and really how anybody out here could start using these best lists for success wholesaling houses. Now, I want to get one thing out of the way very, very clear. Whatever list you have means absolutely nothing if you're not willing to work on the list. Now, I think that's kind of a given. I think everybody knows this to a point, but just really know that, like, if you don't work, you ain't going to get the money. You're not going to get the cash. You're not going to get the success or anything that you want in wholesaling. So what I want everyone watching this to first understand is do the work. If you do the work, the results will follow. And more importantly, doing the work with the right lists. And it's very important how you get the list, what you get the list, and everything like that. So let's break this all down today. Let's share this, how you can do it and how you can have success. Now, I will tell everybody, you want big assignments. Right? You want big checks, big money, all these things. This is all going to come from having a lot of courage. And more specifically, you going out here and having the, some people call having the balls, right? Having the cojones to go out here and do things that might worry you, that actually might scare you, right? I don't think a lot of people are willing to do this, but I'm telling everybody watching this, it takes courage to start wholesaling. It takes a ton of courage, probably even more courage, to go out here and pull a list that is very difficult to do, or maybe pull a list that you get some resistance on. Maybe you pull a list that not a lot of people say you can get, or you've been having some difficulty with, right? That is how you make the big bucks. And the best analogy I can give to anybody for this is scared money don't make money. All right. So we can have the nice primp and proper way of saying things, but maybe we got to go old school with some of y'all, right? Maybe we have to really go back, kick it old school, but scared money don't make money. If you are scared, you ain't going to get the big bucks. You ain't going to get the big treasure. You ain't going to get rich. This is a world of people who decide to take, not, oh, I hope one day I can get a deal. You need to decide before you ever go treasure hunting that treasure is yours. And you are going to fight tooth and nail to get that treasure for you and your family. Because we all do it for family, right? Like that's kind of the point. But scared money don't make no money. And if you are scared to go out here and talk to sellers, you are scared to go out here and get lists, you're scared to drive for dollars, you're scared to do any of the things I talk about, you will stay perpetually broke the rest of your life. There is nothing I can tell you. If you are scared to pull these lists, if you're scared to market, scared to make offers, scared to talk to cash buyers, scared to start, you'll stay broke. And I talk to people all over the United States, from the millions of people that follow me, and I talk to them. And so many of you guys are just so scared. I love the haters, because I'll get haters out here saying, blah, blah, blah. They say whatever in their mind, to say whatever. And I love it, because I'm like, well, hop on, let's talk to me. Let's have a conversation with me. How many calls have you made in the past week? I'm like, oh, I haven't done any. Well, here's two things. If you're hating on me, then you're most likely broke. And the reason you're broke is not because I think you're a loser, but most likely why you're broke and hating on me is because you don't make enough offers and you don't do enough marketing. So I actually turn my haters into rich people and my haters into successful people in wholesaling mostly, right? Because I'm like, okay, well, you're hating on me because you're broke. And it's a lot of people think when I say that, like I'm trying to offend you. I'm not trying to offend you when I say you're broke, but like you're hating on me because you're broke. And why are you broke? It's because you're not marketing. And I did this Friday. I'm not going to call Brian a hater, right? But like he was saying, I don't know, he's saying something. I don't know. We can go in and out there. But I'm like, okay, well, why are you hating on me? Let's kind of break this down. How much marketing have you done to hate on me? Oh, you haven't made any calls. This is why you're hating on me. If you're one of the many people, on that Discord call, it's so funny, but like that made 34. I mean, all those people in the Discord chat were like, yeah, I made 30 grand last month. Hey, I made 100 grand. Like all these guys, they ain't hating because the information I'm giving them, they're making 30, 40, $50,000 a month doing this, right? With somebody, I think we had 18-year-old doing 48 grand. 48 grand in a month in that Discord call. It's pretty cool. All, by the way, absolutely for free. That's how I roll. I have no paid programs. The funniest thing about this is the reason you're hating on me is you're broke. And the reason you're broke is because you're scared to make money. You ain't scared to hating on me. Guys, if you had the courage to be hating on me and you use that courage towards cold calling, you'd be rich and then you don't have to hate on me no more. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I always look at these things. That's how we do it. I made $58. There's another $58,000 last month off of Zach. See, there we go. This is what we're talking about. So tell everyone watching this. I bet that person ain't scared. The only way you're staying broke is if you stay scared. So first rule of making a ton of money wholesaling. Put this in your brain. And I think a lot of you guys already have this, but like scared money don't make money. There we go. Big wholesaling deals come from big motivation. You guys love to see the 100K deals, the $115,000, $120,000 spreads. These spreads come from big motivation. These spreads come from people who out here got the biggest reason for wanting to sell the property, the biggest reason for getting rid of the property for cash. And you find motivation on one specific name of a list, and we call this niche list, right? And this is, guys, by the way, this video is not, just do government lists. Because I just started the video. It'd be a 5-minute video, right? Pull government list. Goodbye. There's a lot. There's some layer. There's a little onion of making money wholesale, right? There's lots of layers to this little like onion, right? And we've got to talk about more than one thing on this. But like, yes, getting a niche list, it's very important. I will let everybody know it is important. But one thing I want everyone to know is niche lists are important, but they're actually not the biggest factor if you're going to get big deals or not. And I know I'm not trying to say this to counteract what you think, but like it's absolutely true. Volume is going to be the biggest indicator. Now we got to know getting wholesaling deals it's a very weird game between chance and like repetition and like a business. But it's kind of like the business of gold mining or, oil refineries and like digging for oil. It's like, well, if you do enough of it, you're going to get lucky a lot more than once. And so that's a weird sentence to say, but like a lot of people want to get lucky and get a really good wholesaling deal. And the best way to get, quote, lucky and to be lucky in wholesaling is by just cold calling all day, every day. You have more chances to be lucky. And when you have a lucky day, you get more lucky days in wholesaling, like getting these $60,000, $70,000 deals when you just do it every day. And if you decide not to do it, then you're not going to get any like lucky deals, right? So volume is going to be the biggest one. Of course, the niche out stuff, but niche at volume is the big secret. But like chance is probably the best indicator. So when I look at like the chance to get a deal right, just calling specific like deals and stuff like that, right? It's very weird. But like, what I want everyone here to watch this and understand is chance is important. Niche lists are important. And if we could find some happy medium in between this is where the success is always going to be at. But I can tell everyone watching this, the chance of you getting a deal, right? We're talking about chance. The chance of you getting a massive wholesaling deal for most people I find is from massive cold calling. And I wish I could tell you another way to do it, right? This is where I find them. For the vast majority, like I'm talking about like 95% of wholesalers having success, making six figures a year, it's going to be from massive cold calling. Now, not 95% just from cold calling, but I think if we add cold calling and texting and trying for dollars together, I've always said those three, it's like about 80% of people getting their first deal. But the best chance you get massive deals are going to be from massive cold calling. Now, there's some other ways, right? And we could talk about like more scaled out versions. I'm a big proponent on direct mail with the ROS postcard we have because that's the best reply rate. But that's not really for many people, right? We don't really talk about it too much here because like you could do it. You need a big budget, right? And when I say big budget, I'm talking about $2,000-$3,000 a month, right? We can get in there another day, but like for most people, like when you have no money, you're broke, or you're like under 500 a month, right? We're really at calling, texting right now, and we are blessed, right? And you know we're like I don't know if I should share the whole thing, but like we just had brand new case law drop on my desk last week, and I was making all these TCPA videos, and you know we had that thing, the 1-to-1 consent rule that got like waived for a year. So something happened to I'm going to wait like 6 months for courts and all these things roll out. But like, we just got another case, and I'll let everybody know what the new case was. It was, I think it was Pepper. Let me find it really quick. Pepper versus GVC. Let me see here. Pepper versus GVG Capital Incorporated. And it's from about a year or two ago. So it's still fresh to me. But I always tell everyone, give me new case law sharing this. And the cool part is this case law has shown again for a We Buy Houses cash organization. I'll share this for a second, right? But basically, we have brand new case laws showing again that us wholesalers that cold call and we're not licensed, you can cold call the DNC list. Like, guys, I'm seeing more and more case laws showing that you are not breaking TCPA law. The TCPA, you're not doing that. It's not telephone solicitation. Now, including real estate agents would be an issue. But we show that we are not a real estate agent in this, right? So that's for a different day. We'll talk about that again one day. But like the thing is, we're in this renaissance of wholesaling where everyone thought cold calling was dead for like 2 years ago. And then all this case law came showing all the judges would be like, no, wholesaling's legal, man. Like you're good to go. You're not like, my opinion, the law showed that like, no, you can cold call the DNC list. And then some people got sued and then they won the case law. Now, if you try to sue someone for cold calling, you just show those 3 or 4 cases and you get the thing dismissed like that. And nobody besides me and Rick actually ever talk about this, by the way. But this has changed everything, which means cold calling, if you have no real estate license, has just been the best thing in the world. And no one has ever challenged me on this because you can't really say anything bad against case law. And this is the coolest part. And so I hate to be the guy that says, I told you so, but I told you so. So the thing is, cold calling, we have all these different like things supporting us, but like cold calling has basically become legalized. If you were allowed to cold call the DNC list in wholesaling real estate. Now, I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, but from everything I've seen, you are legally allowed to cold call the DNC list as a wholesaler if you're not a real estate agent. So my 8 years of telling people do not get a real estate license has finally come true. And the only way you are going to get sued and lose lawsuits in cold calling, the only way, there's only one way, be a licensed real estate agent. And so this basically has been this renaissance for us wholesalers who are not stupid realtors to go out here and get rich. And it's been absolutely, this is why people who follow me, people that are in our communities in the past 2 or 3 years, right? Because I don't charge, we have all gotten insanely rich. And if you see any other real estate wholesaling community out there, it's like everyone's like, oh man, things are harder. Everything's more expensive. Like everyone outside of our community is like, oh man, wholesaling's harder. Cost per deal's insane. I got to spend $9-10 grand a month. And everyone in freewholesaling.com, we're just chilling. Like we got hundreds of thousands of people, including the Facebook group, follow like all the hundreds of thousands of people in the communities are just like, we chilling out here. Like we're jamming. Like you go to my Discord with 17,000 people. They're all jamming. We're posting deals. No one's getting sued, by the way, because we have case law to protect us. We're texting guys. And then basically no one had the balls, the courage to create a texting platform or give free unlimited skip tracing for $49 a month. And so I said, fine, I'm going to make a single line dialer, the cheapest you possibly can. I'm going to make a completely cheap texting platform. We can send 36,000 texts every single month for stupid cheap, under a penny. And I'm just going to have AI do it. I'm going to have the best software out here. And guys, we're in this renaissance, this golden age of wholesaling real estate. And there's also something that I want to tell everyone. And like, guys, we are making more money than ever here, but you're only seeing it from this side of wholesaling, the only side that'll teach you wholesaling for free. And the reason why we teach it for free is we make so much stinking money wholesaling. I don't got to charge you. I ain't got to charge you. And I'm giving you all the free stuff. So the thing is, the biggest chance you're getting a deal, the new renaissance of wholesaling has just come from cold calling, texting sellers, the complete opposite of what you've been told to your whole life. And the cool part about that is nobody can tell me otherwise, because I have judges upon federal judges stating and showing case law inside of freewholesaling.com. You get the proof there that you are allowed to cold call the DNC list if you're not a licensed real estate agent. And I've had no person go like, no one has proven me wrong on this. And that's the thing. So the best chance of you getting deals from massive calling, massive texting. And I think I just kind of stopped the case. Oh, well, it's illegal. It ain't illegal, bro. And the only people telling you it's illegal is someone's got an agenda. Either they're a realtor trying to sell you some realtor program, or they're trying to sell you some program to, and the only way to sell you another marketing program is tell you cold calling texting's done for. It's cooked, but we got the case loss. Like, what are you going to do? And so the best chance getting a deal, I would tell for everyone's probably massive cold calling. Massive texting's working too, but there's a little more cost to that, obviously. Now, the least amount of saturation I have found in wholesaling, and what I define saturation is like what has the most yeses per 1,000 calls, 1,000 texts, 1,000 reach out. You can call for free, all by the way, in Google Voice, right? The most yeses per 1,000 of calls you're making, right, that I have personally found is going to be going out here and doing niche lists, right? So what I found is like the king of this, like if I can only have 1,000 like calls to a list, and then you put me like, you have to do it, right? Or the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Right. We all don't want to see that, except you're in Kansas City. I would say the best king, like just like you have to make me put a money line bet on this. Like it's going to be like, okay, if I want to do the most like insane volume with the least amount of saturation at scale, drawing for dollars is clearly the best one. Not even a question. The amount of mental brain damage that I get from drawing for dollars is so much less than cold calling. And I love cold calling. There is some brain damage that goes on from cold calling all day, every day. As a man that has lost his mind cold calling in the beginning as a teenager, because I was calling 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight, I lost my dang mind. Okay. I'll be honest with you. And I was paying 10, 12 cents for skip tracing per record on top of a dialer. Guys, this is why X leads, why I made X leads. So I don't have, guys, the amount of money, it hurts. Let's do the math how much money I was paying. Okay. It was like, let's do the math. It was almost like $1,100 a month in skip tracing. And I'm like, well, the reason I was winning so much was like nobody else was willing to pay that, especially at 19 years old. Like, what other teenager is spending $1,100 on skip tracing? This is back in the day because I'm an old man. I'm at the ripe age of 25 years old. So this was 6 years ago. This is how much of an old man I am. Let me tell you here, Sonny, about wholesaling back in the day. And I was doing insane volume. I mean, you ain't finding teenagers do numbers like that. But the thing about it is like that inspired me to go out here and work on X Leads to make it free unlimited for $49 a month, which is just that pain of paying that changed everything. And then the texting pain and all this stuff. But like the thing about it is drawing for dollars, way less brain damage. It's not even close. Like it's not even a question in my mind. What is easier? Because I can listen to Kendrick Lamar's album and was it GNC? GNX? I think that's the album called GNX. I can listen to a Kendrick Lamar album while drawing for dollars and have the time of my life. Squabble up. Right? Like we go out here, have a blast. Going out here and listen to some K-Dot Kenny, Kung Fu Kenny, and drive for dollars, put sticky notes out. I'm having the best time. Me sitting down basically in a corner, cold calling for 5 hours, is way less enjoyable. I will fight tooth and nail to anybody watching this. And you end up making more money doing the drawing for dollars than you do in the call. Now, if you're virtual, I'm not here to give you a hard time, tell you you're done, right? But like, guys, just take it from my experience. All right. It is way easier to drive for dollars. So I tell everyone, okay, just go through drawing for dollars if you can. It is the best thing you can possibly do. All right. That's what we can do. Now, I tell everybody, right, I think cold calling probates is amazing. All these other things are great. But like, I think one of the most underrated strategies, if you really want to like start doing big deals, is what beats drawing for dollars to a point. I'll tell you what will beat 100 drawing for dollars leads would be like texting 15, 20, 30,000 sellers. Now, if you're looking at the software, it's pretty expensive, but I think 30,000 people is going to be, hold on, let's do the math. It's like $200, $261, not terrible. But like, for example, if you're like a Ninja Mode triple tap, 30,000 texts, it's going to beat you cold calling 200 probates. And so I'm going to give you an example, right? Guys, I live and breathe wholesaling. I live and breathe teaching people how to do it with no money at all. That is like one of my things, but that's not my only thing, okay? Because that is just one aspect of the wholesalers coming in, because it is way easier to go click a button and send 30,000 texts in the month than it is to do it all manual, right? It does suck having no money, and it sucks doing wholesaling without money. Now, if you want $100-200 in marketing, it does get easier, but like you don't have to do that, right? And it's a lot contradictory to like spending $7-8 grand a month people tell you to do because they got, I'm not getting into it, whatever. But I'll tell you this. What beats somebody cold calling 200 probates? How can somebody get luckier? Well, I'll tell you, if you send 30,000 texts out, you have a way better shot at getting a big wholesaling deal. It's just volume wins. And the best analogy I give to everyone on basically how volume works is me versus who's a scary MMA fighter who could whoop my butt. Let's do Francis Ngannou. Okay, that guy's probably the scariest guy in my mind. I think he's one of the sweetest people. He had a interview about his life from Cameroon to the world. Absolutely insane story. It definitely moved my heart. Definitely a great guy, but one of the scariest human beings on the planet. So one thing about him is, if me and him go in the ring, I'm probably done for in about 7 seconds because I'll spend 6 seconds running around in circles. But what happens when it's 3 Zachs versus him? I'm still getting my butt whooped probably in 30 seconds. Okay, let's add 5. I think at about 15 Zachs, we could start taking this guy on. You add 30 Zachs versus Francis Ngannou, he's done. You just can't. 30 Zachs are going to whoop him. And it's realistic, probably 4, I would say. 4 Zachs. I think 4 Zachs could take him. Maybe 5. He's superhuman, so 6. Let's do 6 Zachs. 6 Zachs is going to beat up Francis Ngannou, even though the dude's like 6'7". The reason is there comes to a point where having one like channel or one type of thing does not overcome the amount of sheer volume. So yeah, he could punch me like, I don't know how many times, right? But like, I'm telling you, if I have 6 people fighting the guy, you ain't going to win. And the best analogy too, if you love football, is like, okay, Tyreek Hill is one of the best football players out there, but if you triple cover Tyreek Hill, he ain't gonna catch nothing. Because yeah, he'll beat somebody 1-on-1. Now yeah, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, no shot. Justin Jefferson can cook people 2-on-1, but like 3-on-1, no chance. And so this is why it's not about it's not about how good an army is. When you look at military, I love military history. I think everyone knows this. It's never about how good of an army you have. It's about sheer numbers half the time. Now, everyone loves to use the 300 analogy, and that's ancient Greece, Sparta, right? Leonidas did good. He was at the gates, right? Yeah, he had a nice little formation there, but like still, he was so good, but he still couldn't overcome the vast amount of numbers. And so, yeah, you might have a better army, but if I have 50,000 more soldiers than you, it doesn't matter how much better weapons you have. That's the importance. But I'll tell you this, another military, before you guys all go to sleep on me, is like, I always love Alexander the Great. Definitely someone who's very worth studying. He's very much worth studying because he would go with like 10,000 men and he would fight the Persians, or he kind of united Macedonia and the whole Greece together. But like one thing he did do, which was very, very interesting, was like he'd go against like the Bulgarians or something like that, right? And he'd have 10,000 men, they'd have 10,000 men. Why did his men beat the other men? Because his men had something that other people didn't. And what the Alexander the Great did was, it was either him or Philip II, his father, did, but they made longer spears. And because they had longer spears, they just had an insane advantage in the battle. And when they both had 10,000, because they had the best advantage, they destroyed them. And so the thing is, if you only have, let's say, 10 hours a week of cold calling, you should be using the long spears. You should be going after probates, code violations, liens, tax delinquencies, versus going on X leads and just pulling a regular high equity list, right? But if you had 300 hours and 6 VAs, we'd run out of lists pretty quick, right? Okay, now we're going to do like the high equities and we'll expand markets and go from there, right? It's always a push and pull wholesaling. So very, very important for everyone to know this, that like it's important to have the volume, but also to have the niche with the volume. That's where the secrets are. And so what I always tell everyone to do is start from the most motivated type of sellers, the probates, government lists, drawing for dollars, and then work your way down to least motivated. We have a lot of charts at freewholesaling.com about this, but usually when you go down in motivation, there's more lists. So that's always the big benefit, right? So tell everyone, sending 30,000 X leads engine mode is going to be 200 probate calls because it's just sheer volume. Now I'll tell you, and I've said this, I don't know how many times, but 500 sticky notes is going to beat anybody putting 20 hours on the dialer. I don't care how much of a macho man you think you are, but 500 sticky notes are just going to always win. It's always going to win because there's just so much niche. There's so much like just non-saturation, and there is going to be so much just a volume on a good list that you're always going to win that. So just FYI, just know that, right? Now, on top of that too, I'll tell most people too, if you put public government lists that anyone can get, and so let me tell you what a public, I kind of came up with this new term. I'm calling it a public government list, right? And so I think we've shared this before, but let me try to find this. So I want to give a shout out to one of our community members, Ty. He's actually a moderator. Let's give Ty a shout out. He's also one of the winners in the Ginn games, by the way. But Ty has, and we have a lot of people in our community giving out and sharing this information, which is great. But we actually just found a bunch of code violation data and a lot of government data that's publicly available. And the really cool part about this is publicly available probates, code violations. We're actually working on, I'm personally working on like a public, like kind of a spreadsheet type thing without getting any legal trouble of getting this data to everyone absolutely for free, publicly to everyone. And this is a government list that is easy to get, like very accessible. And Fort Wayne has 45,000 code violations. I heard somebody told me that they spent $200 on a code violation list from like a software. I'm like, bro, in Fort Wayne, like in Fort Worth? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's free. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah. Like, apparently people are charging for government lists now, which is like insane to me. Like different like X leads would never do that because you get it absolutely for free and just upload it, get your free unlimited skip tracing, and you're good to go. But like, here's the thing about it. They're becoming more available because more people are asking. I don't know how new this thing has been, but I think so many people are requesting code violations in Fort Worth that they're just publicly giving it out for free, which is amazing. I love this stuff. But here's the cool part. It's updated they created in 2018. My bad. Whatever. So you just go here on the export tab. You can go to actions too and group the data, but go to export. This data is updated 3 times a day. Oh, that is beautiful. That puts a tear to my eye. Love it. But basically, you go out here and get government lists that are publicly available. Now they're a little worse than basically the publicly available. I don't know I got to figure out the right way to say it, but like these government lists are just available to anyone just with a click of a button. And Ty's helping us out. I know Chicago has this data for free too. We're working on some spreadsheets like this. Let me actually let me leave one note so I don't forget. I'm going to put that on my agenda with the team tomorrow. But we're working on basically creating a public, only in the free community, but like a public government list site. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We're looking forward to it. But like, guys, if you can go out here and get all these cities, if you're virtually wholesaling that publicly have the code violations, just get all the open ones. It's updated 3 times a stinking day. With volume, you're going to just, it's going to be amazing. So public government list with Ninja mode on triple tap, you're going to absolutely crush it because no software can pull it. And now softwares are selling it for some stupid reason. So you can just get that for free too and just start crushing it, right? It's amazing. Now, we also have to understand the intricacies of marketing and things like this, right? So like obviously cold calling on like the Ninja mode X leads dialer is going to beat somebody calling Google Voice if you both had 10 hours with the same list. You're probably 3, 4, 5 times more efficient. So as long as we understand that like there is a limited amount of luck we can have when we have no money and we're only using Google Voice for free, it does help having a dialer sometimes. Now, you don't need to pay for a crazy one, but like even like using a Google Voice dialer is still going to help. But just understanding like we want to get lists. Sometimes it's just getting a regular list and throwing into a really good like a marketing style. And so just using an average list with a dialer is going to be way better than getting a super niche list with like not a lot of calls in. So you got to understand the right way to do it. I think if you have no money, don't spend any money. Like once you get like the reason I tell everyone get X leads, all these things is like once you get a wholesaling deal, you need to get X leads, right? You need to start in reinvesting it and like start growing it. Or I would tell probably everyone if you're in a non-disclosure state, it won't hurt you at all. Or if you got like a job or something and you just want to help buy back your time, it's another great. At $49 a month, I think everyone can get it. But like I don't want to sound like a guy telling you, but we all like X leads, whatever. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but like it's nice. But I'm telling everyone is if you're on a dialer, if you're using a texting platform or you're doing it for free, right? So free Google Voice dialer. So everyone, when I say dialer, I don't mean you have to pay for it, right? There's a free Google Voice dialer. There's free Google Voice texting. I'll tell everyone in order, government list number 1, obviously, right? I think vacants are great. Trying for dollars is awesome. Reverse trying for dollars. AI stack lists are great. High equities in the top zips. And so kind of going in order here, government lists, probates, code violations, water shops, right? All the stuff we teach from freewholesaling.com. Again, I don't know if anyone knows this, but like it's called freewholesaling.com. I told everyone on the Discord, there's somebody that came up to me at the gym the other day and they said, Zach, I follow you on TikTok, but I don't know where your free course is. And I almost had a panic attack. Not really. But like, I'm like, oh, I don't say the word freewholesaling.com enough, I think. I need to double the amount of times I say freewholesaling.com on my streams, probably. And now everyone's crying because they're like, oh, no, not again. But basically, freewholesaling.com, by the way. But okay, government lists obviously in there. Vacant properties on X leads are great too. AI stacked list. So an AI stacked list is like maybe pulling all your government lists you got for free and then throwing that into ChatGPT and saying, hey, do any of these lists show up more than once? If so, give me these properties. Because now it's going to show exactly, right, the best AI stacked lists. And it's going to show you this one shows up 3 times. It shows up on a pre-foreclosure list, a probate list, and the lien list. Boom! Tons of money there, right? That's cash. Next here, high equities. Guys, just doing the high equities in general, it's usually too big of a list if you're in like, I don't know, like Indianapolis or something. But like one thing I will tell everyone is find like the top, like special tippy top zip code in your county. Usually your buyers know where that's at. I would go in there and we just did a whole tutorial on AI with DeepSeek, actually showing how to find top zip codes now. It's actually pretty dang cool. Obviously, freewholesaling.com's in there. But I'll tell everyone too is like high equities in the top zip codes, another amazing way, another amazing thing to do. It's so specifically niched out in the like the zip code and then doing just an entire attack on the niche zip code is another new one. It's not new because I've been using it for years, but it's just another one I think everyone could start doing. Now, this is another massive one that has just been has not been talked about enough. Okay, it's not talked about too crazy much here, but I'll tell everyone, okay? Number 1, JV lists in my community. This is it. And this is one that just is just so underrated. And whenever I say it, people's eyes roll to the back of their head for some reason. But over the past 2 or 3 months, I have had a serious conversation with the most successful wholesalers under the age of like 25. So anybody who's my age or younger. Okay, so this is a very, very, very big demographic of wholesalers, right? We kind of have this new generation of wholesalers that are coming up, right? And these are people, a lot of people think I'm old. So, but like, these are men and women who are like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, right? And I think a lot of people on like who watch me on Instagram, TikTok are like this, right? Just a younger demographic. And they're coming up in here. And first of all, they think it's ridiculous to spend $10, $11, $12,000 on a wholesaling, program. So they obviously go to our stuff and they're really, really deep on having a good community. And that's really cool because they're used to Discord and they're used to like just giving out things for free. I think everyone under the age of 20 is like everything's always free. And so they're used to it. So the thing is, one of the best ways to get deals is just about javing. And one thing I found is I've interviewed personally, and this isn't publicly like I recorded, but like some public, it's like all these guys and gals who are really getting rich under the age of like 25. Like these are people making like over $1 million a year. Like they're making $1 million a year. All right. All they're doing is they're not selling coaching programs anymore because they found out there's no money in that anymore. Like you don't make money. You have to, I'm not getting into it, but you basically have to have a guy at 15% commissions on the coaching program. You got to run ads. You got to do all these things. If you just go out here, and so we let's talk about doing coaching program versus what I do. And this is what every single, because I'm teaching the new generation because no one is going to spend the money anymore. It's like, okay, well, if I do a coaching program, someone gives me $15,000. I'm on an hour Zoom with them every week, or maybe multiple times a week. Let's do 2 hours of Zooms a week. That's 102 hours for $15,000, which isn't a bad amount of money. Let's probably call it $8,000. All right, $8,000 for 104 hours. That's like $76 an hour. That's not terrible. What is that? $160,000 a year. Like you're not in this business just to make that. Obviously, you want to do more than that. What we found is if you just send us a deal, we underwrite the deal, we call you for like an hour or two, maybe 3 hours, 5 hours of work at most. If the deal goes to the closing line, we make basically 15 grand, $30,000. We split in two. So I make 15 from 5 hours of work. I'm making $3,000 an hour, which if we look at 40 hours a week times 52, that's our time being worth $6 million a year. So we found out that we probably get a 150x. Let's do the difference actually. 6.2 million divided by 160,000. We're making 38.75x more money per hour. Our time is 30 times more valuable just JVing because for 5 hours of work, we can make 15 grand. And that's the point for me, that if I could just give people value for free, because I make a ton of money wholesaling, if I make millions and I teach you how I make millions and you make millions and you send me more deals, I ain't got to sell no stupid coaching program. And you guys send me JV deals. It's a win-win. And the cool part is because I had the balls to start doing this type of wholesaling. So many people at my age have started doing this. And I have zero like, oh man, I hope you don't do JVs. I'll be the only guy. I don't really care. They're all making millions. And here's another thing I think you guys, I hope you understand this. The 3 largest wholesalers in this country. Yeah, let's do 10. Let's the top 10 largest wholesalers in the United States of America. Can you name them? You cannot. It is not a wholesaling coach. It's not a YouTube influencer. I hope you guys actually know this. I know this is like crazy, but like the top 10 wholesalers in the United States of America, they are not influencers in wholesaling. Okay? They are not. All right? Who they are JV wholesalers. And this is mind-blowing. I went deep in 2024 and really looked hard on this. And I said, who are the top wholesalers in the game? And I went really deep in my Rolodex. I went really deep on my content. I started calling the best of the best. And once I started, getting the software game, these people reach out to you. And I realized the biggest ones who are doing tens of thousands, guys, my goal is like 1,000 deals a year. These are people doing 10,000 deals a year. All they do is JV. The ones making the most money, JV. And so if all the all the young wholesalers making millions are all JVing, I'm making millions JVing, and the top 10 wholesalers are JVing, maybe there's more money in the JVs than there are into the coaching. And I'm not saying you to quit cold calling, quick texting, but like maybe this is something we shouldn't just overlook and ignore. Because in the top 10 wholesalers plus me, I don't know if I'm top 10, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty big up there, I think. But like we're all JVing, and all the young ones coming in, they're getting stupid rich. We're all JVing too. And the thing is, it's all coming to a head right now. And this wholesaling game's having some insane changes going on. And we got to be prepared for it. So the one thing I'll tell everyone is the JVs are here. It's been no secret. I kind of put the cat out of the bag that like all the top 10 wholesalers are just all JVing. All these young kids doing like insane amount of money, they're all JVing. What do? And the best way to get deals sent to you, like just so if you don't know what JVing is, JVs are short for joint ventures. And this is basically when maybe you have a buyer's list and somebody just can't get that deal sold. You send the deal to me, I get it sold because I have all the buyers. It's a win-win. And the cool part about this is maybe you can just do that. And you might get like a software like X Leads for the dispo and things like that. But like you don't even need that either. Like you just do your own thing. But this is where the whole game's going. If you have buyers or you have good marketing, some people don't focus on dispo anymore. They just find good JV partners, right? And if you just participate in the community, you're going to get JV deals sent to you. So think about this. If you have an army of, let's say in my Discord, zachdiscord.com, of 17,000 cold callers, cold calling deals, getting deals done, they are going to get more opportunities and more big, massive, stupid wholesaling deals than just you cold calling yourself. One of the biggest issues I see in wholesaling is people lock up a deal and they lock it up too high. They can't get it sold. And maybe you need a guy like me. Someone like what my team will do is like, we'll take the deal, sign a JV with you. We'll get a price reduction if the deal needs a price reduction for like 50 grand below. We have a really good closing rate on that. And then we'll go send it over, get it sold, and make maybe 40 grand. Then I get 20, you get 20, right? I provide a lot of value to that person, and they provided value to me getting the deal locked up. I just had to help them out. And so if you are willing to help, educate, and support, you'll get JV deals in. And so this kind of creates this perpetual like positive feedback loop of if everybody in the community actually becomes in the community, we all know each other, we're all friends, we have a deal, we need help, we can go out here and do it. You're also getting the best information in the game going to freewholesaling.com, being in the Discord, zachdiscord.com, because I hope you guys don't know this. Like, this is insane to me, right? I created a 26-page PDF in my free course, and I gave it in the Discord too, of how to wholesale houses. A 26-page PDF, a whole dissertation. FYI, I just dropped it in the comments here if you want to check it out. But like, it's pinned in there. It's in the classroom in freewholesaling.com in the community. But like, I've kind of put all my chips in this bag of just like, hey, I'm just going to go all in and create the biggest community in wholesaling, which I already have, the biggest Discord in wholesaling, which we already have. It's like, wow. Now all the people are hanging out in just only one community because I'm the only one not charging, which is just funny. And now everyone's JVing and being in the community. Boom. That's it. And now we have the perpetual feedback of I'm giving the best information out here. You guys are taking that information, doing a bunch of deals, and now we have people who are really good at finding buyers because they gave good information. Now it's a perpetual loop of doing it. And the only reason it works in my community doesn't work in anyone else's community is because everyone's community also is like, it's cool, but it's all a funnel to sell you some massive, stupid thing. So those communities never work out. This community works. It's the only wholesaling community that is this big because there's just no salesy thing at the end of it. It's a party. You're at my house and I'm hosting it, but like, it's not weird. And so if you guys go out here and just help, support, educate, like any given time of the day, we have like 5, 6, 7 wholesalers in the lounge in the Discord, just talking to each other. And like I go on there, like, how many deals a day? He's like, oh, I did 4 last month. Oh, I have 1 under contract. And we have like 4 guys who are doing like 30 grand a month, talking to other people who are doing no deal. We're just talking, hanging out. Because we find it's better to hang out with people like us than not. Because wholesaling real estate is such a lonely thing. And I'll be honest with you. I'll be the first one to tell you this. It's such a lonely industry, especially with you doing it by yourself, because there's no one in your like circle that is doing it. So it's hard to talk to somebody about the issues and struggles. And I think a lot of people can relate to me in this sense. It's cool to talk to 10 other guys or gals who are just in it the same thing you're doing. And like, it's like, oh, wow, I'm understood. I'm like in like a community of other people that love and support me. And that's it. And so we help educate and support people. So Cartier's like, where do I find this Discord? ZachDiscord.com. Bro, how many times do I got to say it? I'm like, I think I'm crazy now. Guys, I'll plug this one time. Okay, I feel like I'm like this guy just constantly plugging my thing. And so like, I think I go crazy sometimes. But my Discord is free. It's called ZachDiscord.com. No cost at all. I have my free community. My course is in it too. Freewholesaling.com. You want to get a contract? You go here. You want to get my PDF? You go here. You want to not pay any money to learn wholesaling? You go here. You want no upsells? You go here. That's it. Okay, done. But guys, JVs are everything, and they're becoming way, way more important because the biggest issue is people lock up a deal, they can't get it sold, and the money goes to a stupid realtor. I'm here to end that. So those are the best lists to be getting starting out as a beginner. I can tell everybody watching this that scared money don't make it. There's one thing you get from this. Scared money don't make money. Have the courage, stand for something or stand for nothing. And the one thing you need to stand for is you making a change in your life. I completely believe in you. I know you got this, but you need to believe in yourself. And a seller's never going to believe in you unless you believe in yourself. That's all I got on that end today. What I want to do is answer some questions we got here in wholesaling real estate. I want to do some one-on-ones and get it going, guys. I did a little stream on Friday night on the Discord, then I took it off because things got a little juicy on the Discord call. If you weren't on there, I had a guy who just couldn't. He was having struggles being distracted, and we got to the real bottom of his issues in life. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. But like, the cool part is when I click the record button off, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna talk here, buddy. Tell me, why are you not getting deals? And I start asking questions I would never ask on YouTube. And we really like get to the bottom of like why you are not at where you're at. And we really went in the weeds of it because I know young men pretty well. I was once a young gun. I was once a young blood. I was once young too. And it's like, okay, this is what's stopping you. I basically told this guy in the best way possible, like, you got to stop looking at girls shaking their butt on the internet and start wholesaling houses. And I revealed something to him, which I do want everyone to actually know about this. But like, he was struggling with social media addiction and stuff like that. It's a problem with men. But like, I had not a problem on Instagram, but I'm like, I'm just wasting my time on Instagram. And so when I was 19 years old, I was 17. Yeah. From the age of 17 years old to the age of, I believe, 19 or 20, when I created the Flip with Rick Instagram account, I did not have an Instagram. Like, I had no Instagram. And I had a Snapchat, but I didn't have an Instagram. And the reason was it was just a waste of time. I'm not even joking. Like, if I'm spending time on Instagram, I could be spending time drawing for dollars, putting bandit signs out, doing something. I just deleted Instagram until I literally deleted it at 17 and didn't download it back till I was a millionaire. Like, really think about that for a second. And anyone that personally knows me can vouch for that story. It's just like, what is there to post about? I'm not a millionaire. What's more to talk about? That is it. So yeah, that's all I had to talk about at that point. And so I told the guy, I'm like, dude, if you're struggling on Instagram, just delete the dang thing. And I'm like, unless this is how you're like sliding into, then hey, to each their own sometimes, right? But like, unless you're that type of guy and you ain't in the DMs, like just delete Instagram, dude. That's all I could say. Jeez, man, drives me crazy. So yeah, you got a question? Hop on here. Let me put the streamer link on here for everyone. But yeah, let's break it all down. Jason, where are you at? Are you at a casino?
No, I'm in the bodega. I'm in the deli right now. I just came up.
Oh, you're in the bodega.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, Zach, how
Okay.
you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. So I'm gonna make these questions quick because I know there's a lot of people in here.
Bro, grab me an arepa, man.
Ew.
You don't like arepas?
No, that's nasty.
Dude, arepas are amazing.
You gotta get the cranberry juice or the Arizona, but the Arizona be making my stomach hurt, so I don't get those no more. Yeah, it's not good.
Hey,
Not good.
hey, there we go. All right, what's going on?
All right, so I'm finally about to get verified for A2P. So I'm in 3 markets right now. So I'm just trying to see how I can be like the most effective as possible. So I'm just gaining on my government list for everything. For the ROS triple tap, like, is there a way where I can set like a drip campaign? So like when I'm doing the ROS, like it can hit throughout the day. Like, cause I'm gonna do like 3 campaigns a day.
So if you go on the in Ninja mode and automations, it'll tell you how many. No, sorry, you would have to put it under the SMS blaster.
Okay.
And now, if you want to be crazy, you can go out here and put it drip under the text and just do it like 10 texts per hour or something like that.
Yeah. All right.
But I would probably throw it through the SMS blaster and then throw it through the caller altogether.
All right, cool. And what's like? Do you have like a suggestion on? Of course, I'm gonna kill the ROS triple tap, but like I want to use the AI SMS thing also. Is there like a list that I should be throwing in there?
Yeah, so the AI SMS is a little more expensive, so they're separate. Right? Remember, you got to remember the triple tap system's only for like 500-600 at a time. You don't want to be running 30,000-40,000 on there like as a beginner until you can start customizing your automations. Right. So the AI texting thing's nice. You got to set it up the right way. Hop on the X Leads Saturday calls, and we can get you kind of squared away a little better on that. But I'm trying to think here
because my budget's gonna be 200, so I'm gonna be able to do like 15,000 to 20,000 a month.
At 200, you just gotta. I would do a smaller list, and I would hit it through the SMS blaster because they'll drip it out a lot better. But it takes time. You got to build up your reputation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's Twilio, so it take a second to do.
Yeah, I got you. And one more thing. So should I, of course, do the government list with the ROS stuff and the SMS? I also, because I really do a lot of niche style leads list, which works really well. After I call them, like, how should I like rotate it? Should I like call them and then throw them in the SMS or ROS, or like how should I go about that? Because I don't want to waste any leads.
I would call, because of your budget, I would call the leads, and then anyone that doesn't pick up, I would text them.
Okay, I got you. So then after I call them, just throw them in like ROS or AI SMS?
Yes.
All right, cool. One more question. If I'm doing like I said, 15,000, 20,000 like texts a month, should I like get somebody like just to like sort through it for me, or do I just go through it all by myself?
Do it by yourself, man.
Okay. Because Jose,
you ain't got the budget for that, man.
Nah, you're right. Now Joseph was telling me that it's gonna be a lot, but so I just wanted to ask you that as well.
How big?
What do you mean how big?
Of the list and the data are we talking here?
Oh no, I'm just talking about like in general. Like I'm definitely gonna hit like 15,000, 20,000. Not maybe 20,000. I think like 15,000 a month, like SMSing. So they said it might be a lot to like go through by myself.
No, I think you can do it. You're young. You're fine.
I'm good. All right. Say no more, Zach. Appreciate you, man.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Right. God bless, bro.
There we go. Honestly, if I, I feel like an old man, but like back in the day, I could go to not a bodega. We don't really have bodegas in Florida. Maybe like Miami, but like, dude, I could eat a whole bag of Takis and a Baja and like go to Taco Bell, get a Baja Blast, and my stomach would be like not one care in the world. Now, 25 years old, I have to be careful of what I eat. This is so sad. It's so depressing. I could just eat a whole thing of Takis, down that thing with Arizona, no problem. Lord. Stan, what's going on, man? You're muted.
There you go.
There we go. What's going on, man?
So I'm working on a deal I locked up in Fort Myers, and I was curious what you're seeing over there. I have this at 70% minus renovations, um, based on my comps. But the so far the buyer feedback is they're not using any comps older than like 3 months, maybe four, and my comp was from July.
Yeah,
So
no, they ain't
six
doing
and a
it.
half months.
Yeah, it's really screwed up. I'm trying to do a deal over in Captiva Island. Like the whole place is all messed up, man. I mean, 3 months is pretty average. I mean, a month or two, but definitely with demand's just insanely weak there because of the hurricane. So,
Yeah.
is there water damage on the property? Like anything
Nope.
crazy? No,
No,
I
the
mean,
the thing is it's pretty much rent ready as it is. It has a brand new metal roof, new windows, new split air unit. The plumbing and electrical was updated in 2014, and I have a flip right around the corner, two houses away for 280, and I have a as is comp in significantly worse condition right across the street and two down. So they're both like you can't get any closer on comps. Um, and that one sold for 170. Um, and it needed a roof, it needed, the cosmetics inside and all that kind of stuff. So it was a heavier renovation, and that one sold for 170. And I have this locked up for 150, marketing it at 165.
you logged it for 150.
Yes.
Should be a good deal. Can you send me in school the address? Let me look at it really quick. Let me look at it. It's really weird. Let me see. Are they giving you any price feedback on it? Or they're just saying
Um,
there's no comps, so I'm not going to buy it?
no, they're saying that they found a comp outside of the neighborhood,
Oh God.
um, and that was bigger for 200,000. But
Can I switch?
they just weren't using my comp. I'm
Let me see.
pulling up the address. Hold on.
Was it 200 all renovated?
No, no, it was just a
Then, then, then that should help you out.
normal house. Yeah, let me.
This reminds me of people who say, "Oh, you need to tell the seller that they're stupid and give them comps, and that's going to bring them down in price." I've never ever had that work for me. And usually with buyers, it's the same thing where you try to tell them, "No, this is a comp showing this," and everyone knows your comps are biased. The seller knows your comps are biased. So let me see here. Let me look at this address really quick. But if the comp is 200, then it should be good. But it's probably a larger property. So,
It was a larger property,
well, did you call
and
the guy? I mean, let me be
and
honest. Yeah, go
and
ahead.
then I had another buyer that so the original footprint of the house was 1,060 square foot, and it's a 2-1, but it has a fully permitted and enclosed patio area that's became living space and a utility room. So it makes the square footage 1,496. And that buyer said he wouldn't consider the square footage for the
Yep.
add-on, even though it was permitted.
So I'll be honest with you. He's not wrong, and I'm because I was about to ready to kick a hole through the wall. You're not doing this, but people do this. Where they're like, "Oh well, the garage is we insulated the garage." That doesn't help. I usually have a 50% rule when it comes to that. When they
Yeah.
enclose like the back, the amount of times I fought people about a Florida room. Don't get me started on Florida rooms.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
basically, I would give 50% addition to it. So
right.
I'd comp it as a 1,200, not a 1,400. If it
Did
has,
you get the address?
let me go look here. But don't get me started on closed garages because at that point I don't even respect it. So
Right.
can you use it's the other one. It's the other account. Let me message you in it really quick. Bro, why in the world are you? Stan, you're not in the other Facebook group, school group. You know that?
I'm in both school groups.
I don't see in the other one. Hold on. Where's the? Oh, there you are. Here, message me back. I just threw it on there for you. It's the one we're using now. There we go. Throw it back in there. Let me look at this deal. I mean, I need some more info on this. Okay, here we go. Let's see where we're at here. So
Went from 9 inches of snow to being outside in the evening. So, so winter's over.
I love it. Okay, so oh Lord, you know what? Are you trying to use that extra like lot next door as something else too?
Well, so I'm just giving it as an added bonus.
Okay,
That
yeah.
because it's 0.42 acres and it's a completely separated other lot that could be subdivided off. And I wasn't even accounting for that in the original comps, but if I can't use 6.5 months ago for comps, which I find crazy, but I know that the hurricanes and stuff have, messed with the economy over there.
All right, let me throw this sucker through here. I mean, man, I think the one.
And this is one of my guys that I have calling for me, locked it up.
So this one's okay. I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is probably the best comp. I'm gonna throw it in there. I mean, you've 100% seen this one, but like I mean that's the only one I'd really look at and be like, okay. And look how nasty that one is. I mean, like this one needs a lot of work, and I know that one's got a nasty roof probably on it. So, I mean, I see a buyer buying it between 160, 165, maybe. Maybe I think 170 is pushing it, but like they probably I think someone would buy it at 160. That's my thought. But that thing just sold like talk about a month ago. So I mean 150 is a steal for a buyer. So I mean 160 I think at worst. That's the way I'm looking at it. Cuz your deal here it's got a little less square feet so I get it. And this looks like it's concrete. I mean, I see the stucco. Now, looking at the outside pictures, this thing has some cracked stucco on the outside. It's not perfect. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think 160 is probably a good price. I think 170 is a little steep on this one, but I think you know that. Like, I mean, I like to lock up these suckers at like 130, sell them for 170, make 40 grand, and then maybe sell for 155, 160. But obviously, you're working hard for deals like this, but that's the issue.
Yeah, I marketed at 165, figuring that someone would try to negotiate it down to 160.
You're playing realtor here. I mean,
I thought
I think
165 was good because it was less than that as is comp.
So that comp I gave you, I think that's probably the closest one you have, and that thing's probably got way worse issues than yours.
Exactly.
So I think 160. I think we both came at 165.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that was a month ago. It's not crazy. It's right next door to it. So I will. The only thing I will tell you is that sold for 170 on the MLS. So maybe 160. Yeah. I would say, but like that's it. Did you see that comp I just shared with you?
Yeah. No, that's on my marketing. I use that as an as is comp.
Yeah, I'd probably say 160.
Okay.
You're not off, dude. You're not crazy.
Okay, I didn't think I was.
I think you're asking about, am I crazy? I don't think you're crazy. If you said if you're using comps based off of a garage, I'd be okay. You're crazy, but I think this one's fine.
No, I've been pretty good at my comps are pretty solid. I know how to underwrite the deals, but there isn't a bit of an anomaly in Fort Myers because of all the damage out there, and there's
Yeah.
so many homes on the market. Um, but anyways,
Is it just a tough seller?
no, not so much.
Why don't we get why don't we get it for 140 then? I mean, I'm trying to be crazy, but like,
Well,
what's stopping
I
you?
don't want to negotiate the price until I have a buyer that says what they'll buy it for, right?
Okay. I like it.
Um, and so because I think it's horrible when you negotiate the price down and then you come back and have to negotiate it further.
But was the seller tough when you locked it up? Is this a JV?
No,
Like what?
this was one of my guys that I have calling locked it up.
Okay, so like, it wasn't you the one lock. Like your team wasn't locking it. Okay.
Yeah, it was my team.
I think you know more. Okay. I really like that at 140, but okay.
American team, not a VA.
Okay. Tell them to go lower in Fort Myers, but you live and you learn. So I think you find a buyer and then you just renegotiate it. And I don't think because you're a jerk renegotiator, but I think you should on this deal.
Yeah, I will. I just want to find a buyer first. And then secondly,
who bought that deal I sent you? Let me look here. Go ahead. Talk to me while I'm doing this.
Oh, it was Alice, I think, something like that. Secondly, I wanted to know what is a realistic expectation for a response in the X Leads Mastermind from Joseph when you have a question about something and you tag him.
Tagging is gonna be hard. I would message him. I would probably message him on.
Okay.
I
emailed as well.
Yeah, so. he should be 24 hours or just message him on there.
Okay.
I think he took Friday off, but let me make sure.
That would have been the issue then. Okay.
Yeah. Message him one time. He'll get it. Trust me.
Okay, very good. I'll follow up on Monday.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
All right, next Dan. There we go. Love to see it. All righty, Joseph, what's going on, man?
What's going on, boss man?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing well myself.
Awesome. So what's going on? Talk to me. How can I help you out?
So actually I got a deal in Arkansas on the contract, and
okay,
I was actually looking for a buyer. I have reached out in your Discord for some JVs, and I've been calling a couple of cash buyers in the area, but it's just kind of been I mean, I just only had it on contract for 2 days now, so I'm just still looking for a buyer.
Okay, where in Arkansas, like area?
Hughes, Arkansas. The zip code is 72348.
Hughes, Arkansas. Wow. Do you live there?
No, I don't. I'm actually based in Atlanta, Georgia. But I had.
What in the world are we doing in Hughes, Arkansas, my guy?
Nah, it's crazy. It actually caught me off guard myself. I ran into a buyer out in Memphis. And they said they was looking for something within Memphis or 2 hours out, within 2 hours driving distance. And so I was just looking around that area and ended up picking up on this one. But they said this one was too far out for them.
Dude, this is too far out for anyone. Do you dream of living in Arkansas?
I've never even really thought about Arkansas before.
I mean, me neither. Okay, and shout out to Arkansas. That's a great place, but like, dude, Atlanta is so much cooler. I've been to Atlanta. I love Atlanta, man. I got family in Atlanta. Atlanta's a cool spot. It's not a dream to go out, except for traffic. It is not a dream to go out here and live in Hughes, Arkansas. So obviously, there's gonna be less buyers, as we know. Do you have it for like a really good deal?
Yes. So I actually have it right now on the contract for 16. And the ARV, the comps in the area, being conservative, is at 115.
Okay, so Troy just said he has buyers in Arkansas. Stan's is about to rent a home in Arkansas for $5,000. So I'd probably reach out to Stan. Are you in the school group by chance?
No, I'm not.
It's free. You should probably do it.
I got you. I go in and get in. Actually, now really, I'm in the Discord already, but I go in and join the school.
So, yeah, just go to Frilston.com. What I'm going to do for you right now is, dude, I put this into X leads. There's 6 flips in the past year in Hughes, Arkansas. So I will. Let me give you this list. Actually, I mean, yeah, let me give you this list. So let's do this. All right, let's do the landlords in Hughes, Arkansas too. All right, let's filter it out by year. Oh man, this is rough. Okay, fine. All right, we got 100 in there. Okay, I have 85 buyer leads for you. So let me export this X leads list for you right here, and I'm going to give it to you.
I appreciate that, boss man.
I'm just gonna post inside the school group, and you can go download it too, and go see.
And I'm actually joining the school group now.
There we go. Okay, it's exporting as we speak. I'm gonna make a post in there. You can go use that list or download it, and you can start trying to find buyers from there. And then if you can't find a buyer from there, then JV with someone. But it looks like, yeah, I like school. It's probably my favorite one because it has the course and everything in there. But I think the Discord's cool for like the community aspect. I think it's a lot more I don't know. They're all really cool. I like both of them. We kind of okay. So I have it right here. I'm gonna make a post right now as we're speaking here, and we'll get it in here. Let me put cash buyers list from X leads in Hughes, Arkansas. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna throw that in there.
All right, and I just joined the school community, so I should see it once you post it.
Okay, I'm gonna post it in here. I'll put for my man at. Okay, we're gonna do Joseph. Joseph Wise Adams, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, I just tagged you.
I appreciate that.
All right, you're all good. I just posted that in there. You'll be good to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes.
There we go. Love it. Jay, what's going on?
What's going on, Zach?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Doing good, man. I had a quick question. It seemed like here in Chicago, it's a lot of gatekeeping, finds a lot of information from me, networking with a lot of people. And I'm just being honest on that. I seen that you had a video up about how to pull the probate leads, but I know you had to edit it, due to I guess some problems with YouTube. I want to know, if possible, can you show me that real fast?
Yeah. So we're in Chicago, like Cook County, city.
Yeah,
of
Cook
Chicago?
County. Yeah, Cook County.
Okay. So let's do Cook County. Obviously, city of Chicago is not good for it, but the Cook County clerk of the court's pretty good. So let me. I'm doing this right now.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Odyssey Public Guide. Oh my gosh, this is just okay. Hold on. We're getting here. Okay. Search by name, case number. Great. County division search, probate will search, civil domestic child search. Oh, dude, this is crazy. Okay. All right, I'm doing one thing at a time here. Okay, so I just posted in here. This is the portal. Let's see if I can. Okay. Case type, case number. I think I have to log in. Hold on, maybe I'm wrong here. Portal ain't working. Oh, dude, what in the world? Okay. Select search types. Okay. Probate docket has to be by case, which is just insanity. Dude, I've done this before, so this is why it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, because I was rewatching the video constantly, but that small part just got edited out.
Okay. So let me show you the secret here, and this is going to hurt you. But this is how you do it. So you see this here, I'll give you the link in here too in the comments.
Okay.
But do you see how this is the county case search?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that is a pain in the butt is you're gonna have to go by case number, and you're gonna have to put obviously 2025, Then you're going to have to put the code, and then you're going to have to put in a case, which is just a pain in the butt. So
Okay.
there's a lot of ways we can go in here. I can't show all this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
dude, this is just a pain in my butt. Let me do this really quick. Actually, I have another secret. Cook County Public Records. Clerk of Circuit Court. Dude, what? Hold on. We're getting here. We're getting somewhere. Yes. Yes! Let's go! Got it. Okay. There we go, Jay. There we go, Jay. Here we go. This is money right here. Look at this, dude. All right, there we go. No one else getting lists like this for you. All right, so right here is the probate information, and this is where they release it. Wait, these are forms. Bro, dude, I'm gonna cry. Okay, these are forms. I gotta go back here. Okay, case lookup. Pay my case. No. Oh, you gotta sign up. Okay. Probate will search. No. Court call search. No. County division search. No. Cook County Court dockets. Why is there two Cook? Oh, this is federal. Okay. Oh, I see the issue here. Okay. So here's the guide. So you're going to have to call, but their Odyssey portal should be working. You got to sign up, though.
Okay.
You click this portal link. This portal link literally goes to nothing, which actually drives me crazy.
Okay.
Let me look up Cook County. Cook County.
Yeah, man, I had to ask because it's so much gatekeeping here, man. It's crazy. Like it's like when I'm doing it virtually, it's a lot of chances, but it's just here
Here it is.
local. Man,
Here
it's
it
a
is.
hard time.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Okay, here's the portal. You just got to register. I mean, I'm not going to register, go through all that stupid stuff right now. But I
Okay.
put it in the private chat for you. If you go in there and register, it should work.
Okay.
Let me try to register for a second. Maybe this will work for me. Register. This is so stupid, man. Oh, dude, I know, dude. I'm not answering 3 security questions and an SMS. But basically, you got to sign up. You got to sign up for it, and then you'll be able to search.
Okay.
Because it shows you right here that, yeah, you'll be able to search from there. So, yeah, that's it. You just do that Odyssey port. Do you get the link for it I just sent you?
Yeah, I got it. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Jay.
And I have one more question before I
Of
get off.
course.
By me, I do a virtual as well. So, I do the Port St. Lucie area. I think I mentioned it. It was probably a couple of weeks ago. I had a potential seller, for 40,000, but she ghosted me. I'm not sure why. I was doing a lot of calls and follow ups, but she has not been answering her phone. I'm not sure she changed the number or something, but she has not been answering. She just completely ghosted me.
So, dude, I mean, people are crazy, right? So,
Man, it was crazy. She told me the reasons why she was trying to leave and everything. I don't know what happened.
so what usually happens is, I'm not even joking you, probably somebody on my team. I'm not saying it's me, right? Because it's not, but like another wholesaler probably give better offer.
Okay.
And what you need to do is you need to get a different phone number.
hmm
So a different Google Voice number, something like that, call her, and usually they'll pick it up with a different type of phone number.
Okay. Got you. It's a site I use called REI Reply. It's similar to yours. It's basically pretty much the same.
Oh, it's the same?
Yeah, REI
Is it
Reply,
that free
yeah.
is that free
Exactly
unlimited
how
skip
to
tracing?
exactly how the ninja mode and everything is.
Okay, does it have free unlimited skip tracing?
Uh, Not sure, but I know it's kind of similar. With
Okay.
PropStream, they have PropStream on theirs.
Oh, really?
But yeah, but I downloaded your at least, but my monthly thing expired now, so I was just trying to figure out ways to find deals by finding the government list by just watching your videos. So that's what I've been doing pretty much, just doing it virtual because it's hard to do it here in Chicago. I'm gonna be honest, it's
Yeah.
hard. I'm gonna be
Are you,
real.
are you paying for both services?
No, I was just paying for your as leads plan.
Okay. Yeah, you don't. I'm not kidding. Yeah,
And already I reply. Yeah, I was pretty much paying for both.
so let me ask you a question. When you used both of the texting platforms, did they seem very similar?
Yes, very much similar.
Not weird. Have you
Yeah,
ever looked at a company called Go High Level?
I heard about that because somebody else mentioned that to me as well.
X Leads uses Go High Level. That's who
Mm,
we use for Ninja Mode. I don't know who anyone else uses, but like,
mm,
here's the thing about Go High Level. This is all I know about Go High Level. If somebody's using Go High Level, they can transfer their account to another Go High Level agency.
mm.
I don't know what the other company uses. Maybe they don't use Go High Level. I have no idea.
Okay.
But you can transfer from services if they both use Go High Level. The other service has to allow you.
Okay.
So if one has free unlimited skip tracing, one doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Okay.
that because they talk smack on their website about X Leads or anything.
Yeah. No, they don't.
But
Yeah.
they do. They do.
How they do?
But they do.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, if if they do, then possibly you can reach out to Go High Level and say, if I'm paying for two Go High Level accounts, could one transfer to the other, and I don't have to pay for one? They'll probably tell you an interesting answer.
And to be honest, I think since I paid for yours, the software is still running. I'm not sure how that's going, but it's literally like I already got reply. It do the same thing out. It send emails out. It send messages out. I can have multiple numbers. Everything that you break down on your videos. I already
Sounds
got
like a
reply to the
commercial
same.
for them. You got an affiliate code?
No, not
No,
at
I mean, it sounds like you got one.
all. Affiliate code with what? I already got reply.
Yeah, it sounds like you got one.
I kind of partnered up with this lady. Her name is Minnie Myers. She do land. That's who I closed my first land deal back with. She actually helped me set up with pretty much all of that. I would say it was back in July or June.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how I came across. Using REI reply ever since then.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So,
Wasn't that much money, but some better than nothing.
I would say, all jokes aside, RA Play is a great platform. Definitely go use it.
Okay.
But if you want free unlimited skip trace, I'd probably just go to X Leads because you both get Go High Levels. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say here. Port St. Lucie, call them with a different phone number. If you have Go High Level, you can go buy a phone number for $1 and try that out, or use a Google Voice. I'd probably use Google Voice and try to call them up.
Okay. All right. I'm on it, man. Appreciate you for having me on here, man. I really appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a great one.
Man. You too.
There we go. And just a shout out, I'll let everyone know. Because somebody has a Go High Level account, right? It's not terrible. Okay. There's a lot. RI Play is not a terrible platform at all. I want everyone to understand that. I think it's a great platform. I just think X Leads is better. Now, one thing I will tell you is there are people who charge for Go High Level accounts for like $300 a month. That's insane. But yeah, I want to get into that. But guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. Go to freeholstein.com. Go to our free Discord, ZachDiscord.com, freeholstein.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.